Hello, it's me and another box that came from Thailand. This comes from Traypoom, so you know the quality is assured. Anyway, this just arrived and I could not wait before opening it. So this is actually an attempt to complete another series that I have, actually a couple of series. And I'm going to get more into the details of this later, as I do have something coming up to kind of put things into perspective a little bit. And that's what this promises to do. So first I'm going to find my way through these layers here. Easily get through this. And then through this over here. I think sometimes people like to see me struggle with these unboxings. Okay, and through. So, what did Traypoom get for me this time? What master of craftsmanship do we have to look forward to? So let's see what this box entails, and it has a very familiar Traypoom look. I always look to see at the bottom, is there anything else I should know before disposing of the box? Okay, so it's another modification, obviously. You can tell by the look of it and the build of it that it's probably a cuboid, and you would probably be right. Okay. Come across through here. Now, Traypoom has many puzzles as a possible thing to build, but there's only a couple, well, more than a couple I would say, but there's a few that I truly desire to complete a collection. Alright, so bring this out here and it's got that very typical Traypoom robust look to it. Box within a box, very professionally done. Alright, oftentimes repeated but never duplicated is a Traypoom product. Okay, get through this over here and almost there, packed in pretty tight. There we go. Okay, so this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 6 on all sides. This is a 4 by 6 by 6. So a 4 by 6 by 6, and it's got that smooth, characteristic Traypoom feel to it. This was made by Extension and by adding, well, I can't even say how it was done, but anyway, it was by Extension. So like any 4 by 6 by 6, shape shifting is perfect. Now, there are a couple of reasons why I wanted this. First off, you can see by the shape just how well this is made. The turning is smooth. It does not look like it's been modified. It looks like a bottom-up kind of a puzzle. There's no Olsing. It's almost like a quantum leap in terms of production style, where modded puzzles can look so pure in their shape. So what this is, the reason why I got this is helping me to complete 2 series. This fills the gaps in 2 completely different types of series that I have with this. This is what I would call a floppy cuboid. In other words, the width is greater than the height. Now I'm going to get more into detail about that. But the series that this is completing is there's the floppy series, starting off with a 1 by 2 by 2. I guess officially a 2 by 4 by 4, which has the same kind of characteristics. I realize that there's a 1 by 2 by 2, but the real true floppy form comes from the ability to shapeshift. So 2 by 4 by 4. Then the next above that would be the 3 by 5 by 5. These were both made and designed by Ola Jansen. So this is an example of a bottom-up process of CAD designing. So 1 by 2 by 2 I'm sorry, 2x4x4, 3x5x5. Next would be this guy, the 4x6x6. So the color scheme is similar, 4x6x6. And if we're going to do a 4x6x6, we're going to also do a 5x7x7, which I guess is this. Now this one was not done by extension, so you can see it looks a little bit different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 5x7x7. And then if you're going to do that, you're going to do a 6x8x8, which is this guy over here. Both of these are creations of Traypoom. So 6x8x8. And they have the same kind of characteristics. To shapeshift in all directions, where the width is greater than the height, which will lead to certain characteristics. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the floppy form, which gives it kind of a unique look to it. Now, in addition to that, this 4x6x6 also completes another kind of a series. And again, I'm going to get more into details with this as I roll towards among our final lessons. And that's the full series of cuboids of the 4x4. So if I take a look at just a regular 4x4, the next one with a 4x4x4 are the cuboids, the 4x5x5, and the 4x4x5 rather, and the 4x5x5. Both of these are what you classify as dominoes. After that, the 4x5x5, we're going to have the 4x6x6. This would be classified as a shape shifter. And then after the 4x6x6, then we'd have, of course, the 4x4x6 rather, we'd have the 4x6x6. This would be a floppy. After that, we also have the 4x6x8. And this would be the ultimate shapeshifter. In between these, of course, in between that is the 4x5x6, or the brick style cuboid. So among the different types of cuboids that we have, which have slightly different solve strategies, we've got the dominoes, which are solved one way, that exert no actual parities, so to speak. The 4x6x, oh well, and I might as well put the brick in next. The brick, which is solved pretty much like a domino, but it shapeshifts in a way that dominoes do not. That's a brick. After the bricks, there's the shapeshifters, the 4x4x6, which is a shapeshifter. After the 4x4x6, 4x6x6, which is the floppy, which has its own types of strategy. And then finally, the ultimate shapeshifter, which is the 4x6x8. So these are classified based upon solve strategy, which I will get into details. And this completed that. So when you think about it, if you exclude this, there's, I'm going to put these two together because they're both dominoes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 styles of cuboids, which have 5 slightly different styles of solving strategy. This completes the 4-layered cuboid series that I would want. There's a similar one with 3-layered, 5-layered, 6-layered. Get into all that later. But in addition to that, it helps expand and start to complete my actual floppy collection. So with this anchoring both of these collections together, I'm able to explore and finish off more of my collection, and from that we'll be able to go through with you exactly what this is all about. What I'll do is I'll go through a scramble here. I usually like to do 180-degree scrambles first, just because it looks a little more clean. Now I want you to notice that this 180-degree scramble you can also call a domino scramble, because you're pretending like it's a domino at this point. You're doing 180-degree turns in one direction and 90-degree turns in another direction. The difference between that and a brick is these 90-degree turns in this direction would cause shape-shifting, whereas here you don't have shape-shifting as of yet. Once we're satisfied with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the 90-degree scramble, which will shape-shift but will also start to bandage. So before I bandage it too much, I'm just going to come across here and start to put other layers messed up. And once again, The turning is as expectedly fantastic. So I do it this way first just because I don't have all the layers bandaged yet. I start putting these guys in. I don't want to challenge, it's a new puzzle, so I don't want to challenge it too much. But there really isn't much of a problem with challenging with this. I might as well move this down, move this across, move this over here, move this back up. So it'll be kind of a simple scramble first before I start moving into the big time stuff. And now that I've done that, I'm going to start doing my 90-degree scrambles. And notice at this point, I bandaged this down to a 4x4. So here it is, fully, well, practically fully scrambled to a pretty good degree. Floppy cuboid 4x6x6. So more to come on this whole type of collection later, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Hello, it's me, and I've got a big box full of big puzzles. This comes from GR Cubed. He's the guy who does all of these iCubes for me. So this is my attempt to continue that line, I think. That and maybe a couple other puzzles. So he had a very unique idea, and he's responsible for one of the more difficult puzzles that I have, which is the 5x6x7 ultimate floppy eye type puzzle. Anyway, let's see what we got. Ooh, looks like we got a couple of things here. Very exciting. Wow, just how many things did I get from him? 1, 2, oh my gosh, 3, 4, 5. Well, maybe I should do this one at a time, because there appears to be a pretty good amount, more so than I had thought. So let's see. Here is what is labeled as a 2x2 super cube. So as I have other super cubes, 3x3, 4x4, even 5x5, this is a brilliantly made 2x2 super cube. What makes it a super cube, you may think, well, aren't all 2x2 super cubes? But actually this didn't come from a 2x2, I don't think. But you can see this middle layer here. Orange points to orange, red points to red, and you can see this stays stationary except when you turn the face. I'm interested to see just how this adds to the challenge of the puzzle. So this will be a lot of fun. Super 2x2. All right, we're doing well. I'll hit some of the other smaller ones here. We've got this guy. Now this is part of my floppy iCube series, which I find to be marvelously fun. A floppy 4x4x3 iCube. So let's see what this guy looks like. Very nice. So it's a floppy 4x4x3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is probably made by a 4x4. Got that little hump in the middle here. So again, this just continues along with that series. I think I may have actually scrambled it accidentally. So the iCube concept is we have one layer that's chopped down and it brings an extra amount over here. I'll put this in with the rest of the crowd later. So there that is. Let's see what else we have. Wow, I feel like it's Christmas or Hanukkah. 5x5x4 floppy iCube. All right, 5x5x4. Bring this out. Okay, continues the series. He's actually gotten quite good. The movement is really good. It's a 5x5x4. So you take a floppy puzzle and you turn it into an iCube and you got something like this. I'm curious to see what it does to the solve strategy, if it changes it in any way. All right, so floppy 5x5x4. We've got another small one over here. Now this one had me curious too. This is made from a 3x3, I believe. It's a 3x3x2 floppy iCube. Sometimes by making it more simple, it might add to the complexity. It's a cute little puzzle. 3x3, 3x3x2, but you can see it doesn't really have layers that scramble with each other because we've sort of nicked those down. All right. Before I start commencing with the solve, we'll just put them together. So 3x3x2, a 3x4x4, 4x5x5. A lot of floppiness going on. And now finally we have this. This is the one I've been really looking forward to. Now this is an AI Megamorphinx, and it's version 2, which I'm told is one of the harder versions. He's got a couple of versions out there, but version 2, well, I'll just show you. It's a Megamorphinx, and his craftsmanship is very good, and it's an AI version. This actually looks like an AI 4x4 that's been chopped down into a Megamorphinx look to it. So if I were to turn it like this, and I guess turn it up over here, then I can turn this top layer here. So the AI solves among the more difficult kind of solves, because you have to sort of solve it segment by segment, and then you end up with the last two. Now at some point I do plan on getting the other versions, but I didn't want to, well, spend too much at once. Plus I like this kind of bullet look to it, this missile look to it over here. So I am going to play around with this and check out the movement, check out the strategy, check out the solve, and we'll see how that looks. So, GR Cubed, excellent job, good craftsmanship. These are probably really just more to complete my series. This one I'm curious about in terms of the solve strategy, and this one I'm curious about as well. This was a brilliant idea that he had. So more on these later, and thanks for watching.